like from LeBron to Kobe, everyone be dying to die.
Casey, I fuck with you the longest, the strong way, twin. You feel me? Don't compare this nigga to Kobe or LeBron. You know what? I think this made me hate Jaylen Brown a little worse. He had this nut ass high top. That shit nutty. I'm not gonna lie. That's a nutty ass cut.
Tatum isn't like Luka Doncic demanding the ball when he comes back. He can be that elite role. But
look, Luka can demand the ball when he come back, because if he putting up 30-point triple-double games, know what I'm saying? We lock. QG lock. You don't decop. Oh, federal grade. Nah, hey, let me stop fucking around. You in the chat, put your vest on. You on YouTube, sub up, young nigga. Hit that like button. Comment, fuck D. Oh, that nigga. Shout out my boy Casey. Shout out AM Hoops. Y'all wanna watch the video? Y'all can go to his channel and watch the video. We got some new news on JAYSON Tatum. I haven't been up to date on JAYSON Tatum, so I'm not a Celtics fan. I'm actually a Celtics hater, my nigga. Yeah, I'm a Celtics hater, my nigga. I don't fuck with the Celtics, my nigga. Alright? Now look, if we can get JAYSON Tatum away from this bitch ass Jaylen Brown, that's good news. Now that's what we here for today. And before y'all get the dick ride me in the comments, nigga, that's my opinion. Y'all niggas probably hate the Nuggets, y'all hate the Jazz. You feel me? That's y'all opinion. Now look, I hope we finna get some trades going on, some shit moving around, even if it's for next year. We finna see what's going on though.
The Celtics are tied with New York for the second seed in the East. They have the third best net rating in the entire... The Celtics are tied with New York for the second seed in the East. They have the third best net rating in the entire NBA. That is championship level stuff. Now they could get JAYSON Tatum back. How is that not the biggest story in the league? Because Tatum was on track to come back, but out of nowhere, he backs out. Well, it turns out he's afraid of something that very few superstars would ever admit to, and it ain't getting injured again. So Chris Haynes reports JAYSON Tatum now re-evaluating his situation, and there are a couple of factors as to why. Tatum himself told Ramona Shelburne he wants to get it right the first time, so it's just a lot to think about. What does that even mean? How, without any physical setback, is man going to bench himself out of nowhere? Well, remember, just 2 weeks ago, Tatum did a 45-minute workout in front of reporters. Weird, because the Celtics are such a tight ship organization, they never let the media see stuff like this. So it was a clear message, I'm coming back. Been 8 months since he broke down crying after a torn Achilles in the playoffs. The C's were defending champs. Everyone assumed a gap year while their best player rehabbed. So, front office guy Brad Stevens trades Drew Holiday.
That's another reason I clicked on this video. My hate for the Boston Celtics grew with Anthony Simons, my nigga. You know what we did? We gave a big fucking vooch for Anthony Simons. Fuck his name. Fuck this nigga name. For AS. For his ass.
To Portland for Anthony Simons, deals Kristaps Porzingis for parts, and lost Al Horford, Luke Cornett in free agency. Dismantled a championship roster, and sure enough, odds predicted just 41 wins, plus 6,000 to win the championship. That is worse than the Hawks, Magic, and Mavericks, way down there. But then something weird happened. They lost 3 starters from a championship team and got better. How does that happen? Well, this is how the new C's offense operates, how they're so good despite breaking up the team. But huge news with my foods. My left 15. That is the feasting Tatum of the team.
Hey, bro, I let your last promo ride. They didn't hit me in my emails. I'm not letting no more promo ride, my nigga. I was like, maybe if I let the shit play, they gonna hit me. No. Casey, you gotta tell them to hit me up or I'm skipping that shit every time, my guy.
Just a different version of himself. For example, he is feasting on mid-range shots. He's doubled his shots from there last year, converting 48%. But what really separates Boston is they have multiple dynamic shot makers. Guys like Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Derek White, and the now traded Anthony Simons all knock down shots off the dribble and movement. But one of their go-to plays is the Spain pick and roll. No one does this more. It starts off like a normal pick and roll, but Derek White then sets another screen on the big who's defending and drop. From there, relocates for an open jumper. Basically, the entire offense is just searching over and over for a better shot. Now, what they used to do is they would just hunt for a mismatch. Like in the NBA Finals, it was all about exploiting Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving over and over. Now, it's a beautiful dance of screens, movement, passes, 5 guys with one brain. Chemistry. That is what Tatum is afraid of. Just listen to what he told the Pivot podcast last week.
If or when I do come back this season, like, they would have played 50 some odd games without me, right? So they have an identity this year or things that they've clicked for them and it's been successful, right? So there is a thought in my head is like, how does that work or how does that look? Obviously could be some challenges and it is a thought like, damn, do I come back? I honestly, recently in the last 2 weeks or so.
Bro. So he's not getting traded. Basically, there will be no Jason Tatum trade, my guy. It's not happening. Stinking ass Celtics, huh?
So kind of contemplate every single day.
So Tatum isn't afraid that he doesn't have the skill to learn this new dance. He's afraid there's not enough time to fit in and not disrupt what they've built. So unlike most superstars. I mean, like from LeBron to Kobe, everyone be dying to dive.
Casey, I fuck with you the longest, the strong way, twin. You feel me? Don't compare this nigga to Kobe or LeBron. Don't do that. Don't do that.
There's not enough time to fit in and not disrupt what they've built. So unlike most superstars. I mean, like from LeBron to Kobe, everyone be dying to dive back in. But the reason Tatum is thinking like this is tragic. Tatum is unique because he saw this firsthand. In 2017, the C's had a huge rebuild, brought in max contract Gordon Hayward and Kyrie at the same time. Opening night, Gordon Hayward broke his leg in one of the most gruesome injuries you'll ever see. Like, if you watch this live, you remember exactly where you were. That's how bad it was. Season over. Or so ever.
That's crazy, bro. As soon as I seen this, I'm like, damn, I remember I was watching this. You feel me? I got the memory. And as soon as I said that, bro said, you remember exactly where you was when you was watching this. Hell yeah. Bro broke his shit. Donovan Mitchell, he couldn't even watch that shit for real. Like, bro, his eyes closed.
Live, you remember exactly where you were. That's how bad it was. Season over. Or so everyone thought. Instead, the Celtics won the 2 seed, and they took prime LeBron to Game 7 of the East Finals. 19-year-old Tatum closing playoff games amazing. But the next year, everything fell apart. Gordon Hayward came back. He wasn't washed. He just wasn't ready. So everyone was like trying to help him fit in. Tatum gives the ball up too early, trying to get Gordon going. Brown pauses instead of attacking. The offense slowed by half a beat. With Brown
You know what? I think this made me hate Jaylen Brown a little worse. He had this nut-ass high top. That shit nutty. I'm not gonna lie. That's a nutty-ass cut. And then his shit receding. You should just go bald, my guy. Like, it's cool. Like, some niggas should be receding a little bit. And it's like, all right, you stressing for. And then it's like, you got the receding where it's like, let that shit go. You need to let that shit go, bro.
Instead of attacking. The offense slowed by half a beat which killed them. So Tatum lived the danger of coming back too soon, and he knows it could happen again. And on paper, it does make sense to come back.
No
Tatum has the skill. For example, in last year's Knicks series, watch Jaylen Brown here in isolation kick out to an open Tatum. I mean, that is new Celtics offense in a nutshell. Dude, it's 40% on catch and shoot threes. Or Tatum as a screener. Staple of the C's new offense. Tatum had a ton of success in games 3 and 4, specifically against the Knicks. Look how he creates that space with his screen. Nightmare for a defense in that two-man game. So Tatum isn't like Luka Doncic demanding the ball when he comes back. He can be that elite role.
But look, Luka can demand the ball when he come back, because if he putting up 30-point triple-double games,
player, flashes of superstar when needed. But is that realistic? Is that how it would work in real life? Or would his teammates, in the back of their minds, be thinking of ways to get him going? Well, he knows what it's like to be that teammate. I hope he tries to come back. It would be so much fun. But even without Tatum, the Celtics already pulled a big upgrade. At the deadline, they traded Nikola Vucevic in a second for Anthony Simons and
this is the dumbest fucking trade ever. Why? Why the fuck would we do this? These niggas don't even play the same position, my nigga. We don't need another guard. Like, this shit don't even make sense, bro.
a second. But why do this when Simons fit in so well? For two reasons. First, dealing Simons money, key to getting under the luxury tax. People always knew this day might come. And second, the C's front court is garbage. Now, okay, that's probably a little strong, but Joe Mazzulla has been trusting G League rookie Amari Williams at center. Vooch, though, brings shooting from the 5 at an all-star level, post-ups and passing. For example, first Boston game, C's final bucket. Vooch, an outlet to Jaylen Brown on the perimeter. When he saw Jaime Jaquez closing, though, Vooch drives by him, but then spots his new teammate Derek White in the corner, splash the game winner. Now, what Vooch lacks is defense. Dude is a traffic cone.
Maybe lateral fast break. You let this nigga get square boxed up at you, that's your mistake. This nigga's a fucking demon. He's a paint protector.
And that is actually, if Boston's got one real weakness this year, it is defense. But Brad Stevens is one of the smartest GMs in basketball, and he likes the fit. And side note, I mean, Vooch is an expiring contract, just like Simons. So technically, this is just a 30-game tryout. But if he pops, it is a major hole that just got fixed for the playoffs. But the bottom line, the East is wide open. I am sorry, Pistons fans, but they haven't been past the first round in 18 years. Playoffs take experience. Boston has plenty of that, plus talent and coaching, but the ceiling if JAYSON Tatum comes back. And then whoever comes out of the West will have gone through basketball hell, okay? From the very first round, they will face a killer. Then the second round of the conference finals could be beat up by the time June comes around. So this is a gigantic curveball nobody saw coming from Boston this year, but it all hinges on JAYSON Tatum's decision these next few weeks. But outside of Nikola Vucevic, the trade deadline as a whole was really weird. So I broke down all the big moves and why practically nothing we predicted actually went down.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was waiting on that Giannis shit to happen, bro. W video though, Casey.